Good morning everyone and welcome to day 15 for O. Today we'll be doing one-legged king pigeon, a really nice stretch for your piriformis and glutes. It's a bit nippy today so I've got my thermal on with the changes of seasons, but let's crack into it. So just coming to the top of our mats first, arms by our sides, and we will inhale, bring those palms up and together. Exhale, we'll fold down and step back to our plank. From here we'll lift up and over with our tailbone to our downward dog. And once we find our nice downward dog here, we will inhale, bringing the right leg up to the roof, trying to keep those hips nice and level, and then exhale, bringing the knee in front of you, and so we're doing this with the right leg. The right foot will come as close as it can to being perpendicular here, so coming in line with the top of the mat here. And then from here, all you need to do is just let those hips drop nicely, and you should feel a nice stretch at the glutes. If that is too much at all you need to do is just bring that heel closer towards your groin so it's more straight, and it shouldn't be as strong of a stretch through the glutes. And again, if you want more, popping that foot up more in that 90-degree angle to your thigh. And just sitting here, what you can do is a bit of an extra here is coming down onto your elbows, and you should feel a nice stretch. Main things we focus on keeping contact with that back foot, so the left foot, top of the foot, I can feel actively on the ground right now. So what I'd recommend is coming into this posture here and trying to keep your hips in line as well, so plugging this left hip forward and your right thigh bone into the hip socket here. Perfect. And then what we'll do is just step back, lifting up with the leg and coming to our downward dog, and then we would usually do the other side, but we'll do that later in the sequence. Coming forward to your plank now, stepping forward with both feet to our forward fold. Inhale, palms spread up and together, and exhale down. Let's start with A to warm up. So sun salutation A twice. So inhale, palms come up and together. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back. Both feet to plank and dropping those knees, finding our way to our belly, hugging our elbows by our chest. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck those feet under, come through your knees, and back to your first downward dog of the sun salutations. A few breaths here, just checking in where you are today. Any tension we're holding, might even walk around a bit with the dog. Bending through the knees and lifting that tailbone up towards the sky. Now we'll come forward to plank, stepping forward one foot after the other. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms come up and together. And exhale down through center and repeat. So inhale, palms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back. Come down to our knees as we come down to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale, back to downward dog. Now I just want you to notice any parts of the sequence that you naturally try to rush. Those will be the more challenging parts, and it's really important to focus on all of your transitions and actually be present with all of your movement. That's one of the goals of yoga, is present with each movement and movement with the breath as well. And looking forward, stepping forward, one foot after the other to our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, spread the arms. And exhale, coming down through center. Now we move to B, the sun salutation B. So inhale, sit back to chair pose, tucking the tailbone under. Knees are squeezing, feet are squeezing together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to our plank or to our knees, coming down to our bellies, inhaling out for cobra. Exhale, leading with your tailbones, becomes downward dog. Inhale as we gently step our right foot between our hands, pivot to 45 on our left foot, and coming up to warrior one. Relaxing down the shoulders. Exhale, coming back through our flow. Elbows come to our sides. Nice tricep push up there. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot comes forward and through between your hands gently. Pivot on your right foot. Inhale, palms come up and together. Exhale, fold and come through your flow. And we meet back in downward dog for a few breaths. And now we look forward. We step forward. Inhale to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, back to sunset. And we repeat sun salutation B. So inhale, palms come up and forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to our plank, coming through our vinyasa here. And back to our downward dog. Inhale as that right foot comes through. And palms come up and together to warrior one. Looking up at our palms if we can. And exhale down through your vinyasa. And back to our downward dog. Same on the left side. Now, this time with this transition, I really want to focus on pushing down through your palms and using your shoulders to push forward to create a space for that left foot to come in and through so we don't have to slam it down the ground. Inhale up. Exhale. Fold. Coming through our vinyasa. And meeting back at our downward dog. And then we look forward. We step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale. And we've finished our sun salutations. Now we come to C for cat-cow. So, inhale, palms come up and together. Exhale to fold. Stepping back to our plank posture. Knees drop gently, toes untuck and our hands come underneath our shoulders. Inhale as we tip from our pelvis. Going to our cow. Exhale as we round with the spine. Belly button comes up towards the sky. Inhale. Let's do 4 more in your own time. And when you're done there, bringing those hands forward, tucking the toes under, we come to our plank. We step forward to our forward fold. Inhale, spreading the arms together at the top, and exhale down. D, downward dog. So inhale, palms up and together. Exhale, we fold. Stepping back to our plank. Tailbone comes up and over, and lifting it up to the sky. And you just might experiment with letting go, dropping down with the heels today, really enforcing that we're keeping that spinal extension nicely in the back. Maybe using your exhale to try and relax in the back of the legs. And we'll shift forward to our plank. Stepping forward, one foot after the other, and inhaling to the roof, exhaling down. E, extended child's pose. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold, and we step back to our plank. Knees come down, feet come together, knees come as wide as the mat, and we sit back to our extended child's pose. The main prompts here are just letting your hips drop to your heels as if you've got a big bag of sand or concrete or anything on top of your hips, and it's just gently guiding them down towards your heels. Your palms are nice and active so we can get a nice side body stretch and spinal extension as well here. Looking forward to your hands, knees come in, feet tuck under, and we step forward to our forward fold. Inhale, arms come up and together, and exhale down. And F for forward fold. So let's heel toe those feet to hip width apart. Inhale, palms are coming up and together as we're lengthening, and exhale, we hinge from the hips and we fold over towards our feet. Chest coming towards your shins, belly towards your thighs. So we're really lengthening out with the upper body. What you can do is pop your hands on the ground or on the opposite elbows here to just help that weight coming down into your ragdoll position. And just letting the back of the neck drop and relax. And then inhale as we spread the arms coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Palms come up and together at the top. Exhale. Palms come down and we bring our hands just to our hips to come to a nice counter posture there. Small back bend. Perfect. And bring those feet together. Now what we'll do is come into G, garland pose. So inhale, hands come up. Exhale, they come down to our center as we heel toe, those feet to the width of the mat, and we sit down into your yogi squat or garland pose. Main focus here is just letting those hips drop and just lengthening through the upper body. So we're actually trying to keep a nice and straight extended spine here to really open up through the front as we're allowing the groin and hips to open as well. And you can move your knees side to side just to mobilize through the hip joints here as well. And just finding a comfortable still position and breathing into it. Again, a modification is up onto your heels here. Just give your hips a bit more space. Maybe closing down the eyes here. And just noticing where you're holding any tension. Ground, coming to a nice wide-legged forward fold as we heel toe those feet back and together. Inhale, spread the arms up and together, and exhale down. Now we come to H, happy baby pose. Inhale, palms come up and together. As we exhale, we fold down. We step back to our plank, knees come down to the ground. We find our way into a lying position. And we can roll out the spine gently if we like first, if that feels good today. And then relaxing your tailbone and your shoulders down the ground as we bring both our knees out and bending our knees here. And just want you to find a comfortable position with your hands. That might be the outside of the ankles, might be the outside of the thighs today, or you might be feeling good and up onto the outside of the feet today. that should just feel like a nice stretch through your groin. Really, we can be closing down the eyes here and just really focusing on your breath and focusing on your exhale, just noticing if you're holding on at all to anything. And opening up with the eyes, letting go of the feet there and rolling up back to your plank position. Our feet meet at the top of the mat and we inhale up, exhale down. Now we come to I, so this is inhale. So I really want you to find a nice upright mountain pose here and just doing some nice breath through the nose, maybe closing down with the eyes and perhaps focusing on that ujjayi breath I've chatted about in earlier sequences. And opening up with the eyes. So now we come to J for Janusasana. Inhale, palms come up and together, and exhale, we fold. Stepping back to our plank, our knees gently drop to the ground, and we come to a high sitting position, Dandasana. From here, our quads are nice and active. We bring our left foot in towards our groin, so it's perpendicular to our other leg. Inhale, up the arm for a nice lengthening. Exhale, folding over the chest towards the shins, belly towards the thigh. Making sure both hip bones are grounded on the ground here. And just breathing into this nice stretch. And your right leg should be nice and active. Teasing through that quadricep, lifting your kneecap upwards. And inhale, up the arms, bringing the other leg in. Exhale, we fold over. Nice and active through the left quadricep. Really relaxing down with the right knee, the one that's bent. Making sure we're not holding on to any tension over there. There and crossing our legs, coming back to our plank, stepping forward with both feet, and inhale up to the top, exhale as we come down, K, kneeling with toes tucked, inhale, arms come up, exhale, we fold and we step back to our plank, knees gently drop down, toes tucked under, and we creep our way back with the hands to sit back onto your heels. And as always, this can be quite a strong stretch. Firstly, try and breathe into it, but if it is a bit strong, just coming up into this position here, it's a bit more gentle. And maybe closing down with the eyes here as well, and just really relaxing into this posture and noticing if it's a bit tight, but just accepting that. When you're ready, creeping your hands back towards plank, stepping forward with both feet and inhaling up, exhaling down through center. Now we come to L for locust pose. So inhale, palms come up, exhale, we fold and we step back to our plank. We find our way to our belly. Palms are facing the sky, nose is touching the ground at the start here. We inhale to lengthen the body, Squeezing through your glutes, squeezing through your quads. Exhale as we lift. And we're nice and back. We're nice and active between the shoulder blades as well. So they're squeezing together as if there's a pencil that you're holding there, and we're lengthening through the back of the neck here. And belly button also comes to the spine. And we find our way down, pushing up to our plank, stepping forward, one foot followed by the other. Inhale, exhale, down. In for mountain pose, so facing the palms forward, nice and active through the hands. Lift up all your toes, spread them as wide as you can, squeeze them down the ground. Nice and active under the arch of the foot. Just imagine there's a bubble there we don't want to pop. Squeezing through your quads, squeezing through your glutes, belly button comes to spine. Tucking your tailbone under and lifting your chest up nice and proudly forwards. Here, back to our Samasthiti. Now let's come to in for Navasana. So inhale up, exhale we fold and step back to our plank. Knees come down, cross the feet and find your way onto your high sitting position again with the knees bent this time. From here what we'll do is just tipping back with the upper body to 45 degrees. From here what I want you to make sure is just feel your tailbone grounded down to the ground. Our belly button comes to our spine to give our core some support. We lift up one foot, we lift up the other foot to meet it. Knees should be squeezing together, feet are squeezing together, and then we reach our hands forward. If this is too much, we come here, or we can drop one leg at a time, or we can make this a little bit more difficult by having the arm above the head as well, ensuring we're keeping the belly button in to the spine. And it's very normal to have a bit of a shake here. And coming down from boat pose, Navasana, stepping back to our plank, stepping forward as we inhale, exhale we fold, inhale the arms spread, nice side body stretch, really being present to this, and exhale down through centre. Cool, now we come to today's posture, O for one-legged king pigeon. So inhale up, exhale, we come back to our plank and move with the pelvis up and over to our downward dog. Inhale, let's lift this right heel to the sky, trying to keep those hips nice and level to three-legged dog first, and then we bend that right knee, coming all the way through with our foot to a nice perpendicular angle with our leg to one-legged king pigeon. And just inhale and exhale consciously into this posture. It can be quite a strong stretch, so you should be feeling it at the back of your buttock there. And what you're trying to do is keep these hips in a straight line here. We don't want one hip to be coming forward, and just relaxing down into this posture. And let's tuck that back foot in, coming back to our three-legged dog before we change side. Inhaling up with that left foot, exhaling, coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Palms are gently resting down on the ground so we can come up onto our fingertips if that gives us a bit more space for the hips. And just breathing into this posture. Try and relax down through the shoulders as well. A nice modification here is a bit of an extra stretch if you come down onto your elbows, or even if you're resting down onto your hands here. Depends where you're at today. Don't be hard on yourself. This is often a very tight stretch for people. Alright, tucking that back foot in. Let's come back to our three-legged dog, lifting the heel up to the sky, and then back to our down dog. Inhale as we come through to our plank and we step both feet forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, spreading the arms. Exhale, palms come down through centre, and we're done for today. Tomorrow we'll be back for P.